Assalamu alaikum. This is group 14 for Microprocessor assignment. System will be System B, the pedestrian road crossing traffic controller. The first part will be the flowchart. We set the port D, the input for the sensor, port A as the output for the 7 segment, port C output for LED 1 and 2 for pedestrian traffic light. Port B will be also output but LED 3, 4, 5 but for the car's traffic light. The default statement of the program will be this segment of LED 1 on, 2 off, 3 off, 4 the green on, and 5 is off. We scan for this loop to scan for the pedestrian. We will exit the loop only when we detect a pedestrian. So the LED 4 will be the green off and the 5 on. This is the car's traffic light. Then delay for 3 seconds. After that, we set LED 1 off, 2 on, 3 on, and 5 yellow. The yellow off. Then we set a timer for 9. This is the loop for displaying the timer in the 7 segment display. Each number will have a delay 1 second. We only exit the loop if the timer is less than 0. So it will be from 9, 8, 7, 6 until 1, then 0. If less than 0, it will exit the loop. 2, it will exit the loop to the default statement of the program. And it will remain this until it detects a pedestrian again.
This is our circuit in Atamega 32. We use Atamega 32 as mentioned here. We connect the red LED with port C in C0 and green one in C1 as mentioned the rubric, and we choose this switch to act like active, low, active, high, interactive high, and we just port it with 4D in the interrupt pin Z2. And this is our 7 segment, and we connect it with port A as mentioned in the rubric, and we just add this traffic light to make it real and showing ourselves.
Hello, I'm Mohammed Abdurrauf. I'm going to explain about the subroutines that we have. The first subroutine is init ports. What init ports simply does is initialize all the ports and set in the default settings for each port. For example, in port D, it will be initialized as input because we need it for the interrupt, and port A as an output for the 7 segment, port C as an output for the cars or the workers traffic light, and port B as an output for the cars traffic light. Now the next subroutine that I'm going to explain is delay seconds. What delay seconds simply does is when we call it with putting an argument in it like 2 seconds, like 2, it will delay for 2 seconds as you can see here because the while loop has 2 here. So it will loop itself 2 times and delay 100 milliseconds, which means 1 second every time. So now the function count what count simply does is counting from 9 to 0 by delay in 1 second for each count, and displaying the output or the count on the 7 segment display by using the array table, which contains all the representations in the counting, and by using the index I as an index for the array, it will appear on the 7 segment.
So in the first line for interrupt function, this line enables the external interrupt in 0 by setting the corresponding bit in the general interrupt control register. MCU control register is set to 02. This configuration specifies that N0 will generate an interrupt when a falling edge is detected on the external interrupt pin. This function, SEI, is set the global interrupt enable bit in the S register, allowing interrupt to be processed by the microcontroller. So in the main function, first we will initialize the function. First function int ports, and second function, as I already explained, initialize the external interrupt in 0. So this loop contains the main program logic that continuously runs after initializing. It controls the LED connected to port C and port B to manage walker and car traffic lights.
Now the ISR or the interrupt function was simply, it will be activated once the fallen edge has been detected, and if the user is still holding the push button for 200 milliseconds, it will operate as it should be, like the green LED of the cars will be off and the yellow will be on, and it will wait for 3 seconds. Then the red LED of the cars will be on and the green LED for the workers will be on, and it will count from 9 to 0 and display on the 7th segment. Next, we will see the simulation of the project.
So to just see if our circuit is working, in usual, the traffic light will be in green, and LED and red LED will be red, will be active, and the green one is not working. So when we just push the push button and we make it to it will be yellow, and our green LED will be active, and the counting will start counting. 7 segments start counting, and just that's all. So after counting from 0, the green LED will be off and the red will be, and yeah, that's all.